My mother-in-law wore a wedding dress to my wedding. Not just white, not just a formal gown, a full wedding dress, veil, train, bouquet, to my wedding. My name is Sarah. I'm 31 years old, and this is the story of how my wedding day became a nightmare because of one woman who couldn't let go of her son. From the moment I met Linda, I knew she'd be a problem. Michael and I had been dating for 3 months when he finally introduced me to his mother. She's very particular, he warned me on the drive over. Just try not to take anything personally. Red flag. I ignored it. We walked into her house, pristine, everything white and beige and perfectly arranged. She looked me up and down, not subtle about it. So, you're the girl Michael's been seeing. Not nice to meet you, not I've heard so much about you, just that. Yes, I'm Sarah. I extended my hand. She looked at it for a beat too long before shaking it limply. The entire lunch was interrogation disguised as conversation. What do you do for work? Translation, are you successful enough for my son? Where did you grow up? Translation, what's your background? What are your plans for the future? Translation, are you going to trap my son? Michael just sat there, eating, oblivious. On the drive home, I said carefully, "Your mom is intense. She just wants what's best for me." That phrase, I'd hear it 1,000 more times. When Michael proposed after 2 years, I was thrilled, then terrified when I realized I'd have to tell Linda. She cried when we told her. Not happy tears. "My baby is leaving me," she sobbed into Michael's shoulder. He's 33 years old. Wedding planning was hell. Every decision I made, Linda had an opinion. The venue? Too modern. The flowers? Not elegant enough. My dress? Are you sure about that neckline? Michael kept saying, "Just compromise. It's easier." So I did. Over and over and over. I wanted a small ceremony. She insisted on 200 guests. I wanted a simple cake. She hired her friend's bakery for a 5-tiered monstrosity. I wanted indie music. She booked a string quartet. My wedding stopped being mine somewhere around month 3 of planning. But the dress was my line. I'd found the perfect dress. Simple, elegant, ivory lace. I loved it. When I showed Linda a photo, she frowned. "It's very plain. I like simple. Every bride wants to look spectacular on her big day. I think I'll look great." She sniffed, didn't argue. I thought I'd won. I should have known better. 2 weeks before the wedding, I was at my final dress fitting. My phone rang. Linda. "Sarah, dear, I need to ask you something." Dear? She never called me dear. "What's up?" "What color are the bridesmaids wearing?" "Dusty blue." "And the mothers?" "Whatever you want, just not white or ivory, obviously." "Obviously," she repeated. Something in her tone made my stomach drop. "You're not planning to wear white, are you?" "Of course not. I would never. I'm wearing champagne." "Okay, good. Although," she continued, "I did see the most beautiful dress at Nordstrom." "What color?" "It's more cream than white. Very tasteful." "Linda, no. It's not white. Cream is white." Long pause. "I just want to look nice for my son's wedding." "You can look nice in literally any other color." She hung up. I told Michael that night. "She's not going to wear white," he said dismissively. "She's just being dramatic. Your mom doesn't do anything halfway. She'll wear something appropriate. Stop worrying." I wanted to believe him. Wedding day. I was in the bridal suite with my bridesmaids getting ready. Hair done, makeup done, about to put on my dress. My maid of honor Jessica's phone buzzed. She looked at it. Her face went white. "What?" I asked. Nothing." "Jessica?" She turned the phone to show me. A text from her boyfriend, who was downstairs with the guests. "Dude, the groom's mom is wearing a wedding dress." Attached was a photo. Linda, in a full white wedding dress. Not cream, not off-white, pure white. Strapless sweetheart neckline, full ball gown skirt, even a small veil attached to her updo. I stared at that photo. "She didn't," Jessica whispered. "She did." My hands started shaking. "What are you going to do?" my sister asked. Good question. I could A, have a breakdown, B, confront her, C, get married anyway and deal with it later. I chose D, none of the above. Get me Michael, right now. They brought him to the hallway outside the bridal suite. Bad luck to see me? I didn't care anymore. I opened the door, still in my robe. "Your mother is wearing a wedding dress." "What?" I showed him the photo. He stared. There has to be an explanation. The explanation is your mother wore a wedding dress to our wedding. Maybe she didn't realize. She realized. She's wearing a veil, Michael. Okay, this is bad, but what? It's our wedding day and your mother showed up dressed as a bride. What do you want me to do? I want you to tell her to leave or change. He looked physically pained. "Sarah, I can't kick my mother out of my wedding." "So you're choosing her. That's not fair. She's wearing a wedding dress to your wedding. If you don't see a problem with that, we have bigger issues than your mom." Silence. Then he said the thing that ended us. "Can you just ignore it for today? We'll deal with it later." I laughed. Bitter, broken sound. No, I can't ignore your mother dressed as a bride at my wedding. "Sarah, here's what's going to happen. You go downstairs, you tell your mother she has two choices, change into something appropriate or leave. If she refuses, the wedding is off." "You're being unreasonable." "I'm being unreasonable? Your mother is wearing a wedding dress. Why are you making this such a big deal?" And that's when I knew. This wasn't about the dress. This was about every boundary she'd crossed that he'd excused. Every time he chose her feelings over mine. Every just compromise and she means well and try to understand. This dress was just the visible symptom of the disease that would kill our marriage. "Go ask your mother why she's wearing a wedding dress," I said quietly. "Then come back and tell me I'm overreacting." He went. I waited. My bridesmaids waited. 150 guests downstairs waited. 15 minutes later, Michael came back. "She says she didn't think it was that white. The store lighting was different. She's really sorry. She didn't mean to upset anyone." "Did you ask her to change?" "She doesn't have anything else to wear." "That's not what I asked." "Sarah, she's crying. She feels terrible." "She should." "Can we please just get married? Everyone's waiting." I looked at him. This man I'd loved for 3 years. This man who couldn't tell his mother no. Who would always, always choose her comfort over my dignity. "No." "What?" "I'm not getting married today." His face went pale. "You're calling off the wedding?" "I'm postponing it. Until your mother apologizes, publicly, and until you and I go to therapy to discuss boundaries." "This is insane. Your mother wearing a wedding dress to our wedding is insane. I'm being sane." I called my family, told them what happened. My dad was ready to throw Linda out himself. I got dressed in regular clothes, walked downstairs. The guests were murmuring, confused why nothing was starting. I found Linda, still in her white dress, dabbing tears like she was the victim. Everyone went quiet when they saw me in jeans and a sweater instead of my wedding dress. "Can I have everyone's attention, please?" Every eye on me. "I'm so sorry, but we're postponing the wedding." Gasps. Michael appeared behind me. "Sarah!" I kept going. "I need to address something first. Linda, can you stand up, please?" She stood, slowly, looking nervous. "Can everyone see what Linda is wearing?" Murmurs. People finally really looking. She was wearing a wedding dress. Undeniably, unmistakably. I told her not to wear white. She wore white anyway. To my wedding, dressed as a bride. Someone in the back said loudly, "Oh my God!" Linda's face went red. You didn't think it was inappropriate to wear a wedding dress to your son's wedding? It's cream. It's white, with a veil." Michael's dad stood up. I'd never heard him raise his voice. "Linda, what the hell were you thinking?" She started crying harder. "I just wanted to look nice. I'm losing my son." "You're not losing him," I said, "but you are losing me. Until you can respect boundaries, until Michael can prioritize his wife over his mother, I'm not getting married." I walked out. My family followed. Michael followed. "Sarah, wait, please, we can fix this." "Can we?" "Because every time your mother crosses a line, you defend her. Every time I try to set a boundary, I'm overreacting." "I'll talk to her. I'll set boundaries." "You had the chance to do that today. You chose her." "I love you." "I know, but you love her more, or at least you fear her more." I got in my sister's car, left my own wedding venue in jeans. The story went viral. Someone posted about it online. "Bride cancels wedding after MIL shows up in wedding dress." Thousands of comments. People on my side, some saying I overreacted. Michael called every day for 2 weeks. We went to therapy like I asked. The therapist was blunt. "Michael, you have an enmeshment issue with your mother. Until you can establish adult boundaries, this relationship won't work." We tried for 3 months, but every time Linda called crying, he'd drop everything. Every time there was a choice between her and me, he'd freeze. He couldn't do it. 6 months after the wedding that wasn't, I ended it. Not because I didn't love him, but because I couldn't marry someone who came as a package deal with a mother-in-law who saw me as competition. That was 3 years ago. I'm engaged now, to someone whose mother wore appropriate attire to our engagement party. Someone who says, "My mom is being unreasonable," instead of, "Can you just deal with it?" Michael is still single, living 10 minutes from his mother. I heard she helped him pick out furniture for his apartment. I dodged a bullet. Here's what I learned. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Linda showed me she'd always come first. Michael showed me he'd always let her. And the wedding dress? That wasn't the problem. It was the most visible symptom of the actual problem. He was already married to his mother. If your partner can't set boundaries with their family, run. If they choose their parents' feelings over yours repeatedly, run. If they tell you you're overreacting when someone disrespects you, run. I'm glad I ran when I did, instead of 10 years and 2 kids later. Some people think I overreacted about a dress, but it wasn't about the dress. It was about the rest of my life, and I wasn't willing to spend it competing with my mother-in-law for my husband's attention. So I walked away from the altar. Best decision I ever made.